Good morning out to you, and welcome back to the show. This is, of course, the Chat Wrap on Relax Radio. How is everybody doing? How is your day going so far? I want to know, okay, it doesn't matter where you are, go ahead and feel free to drop a message or to us or call us or whatever that's easy. And the number to do so is 07852 473 473. Now, if you want to kind of get look as to what exactly goes on here at Relax Radio. If you want a behind the scenes exclusive look, well, all you gotta do is go on and check us out on social media. That is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. I feel like I'm missing a couple of platforms, but basically any social media platform. If you go check us out as Relax Radio, we are on it, and feel free to share your thoughts and opinions whenever you want to, because we are always there for you. Okay. We're here to share our thoughts and opinions with you. We're here to entertain you and keep you informed and inspired at the same time. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Like I said, I am Jaimmy, and I'm going to be with you for a couple hours more, talking to you about a lot of interesting things. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. All right, with that being said, let's get on into a conversation for today. And okay, I know that this can be a kind of serious, but it's definitely something that you need to be aware of, okay? It's definitely something that you need to know about, and that's the Plymouth shooting. I want to talk about it because I feel like it's definitely the worst shooting that has occurred in the UK in 10 years, in a decade, and it's definitely something that you should be informed about, okay? And I know that with everything that's going on, sometimes it can be really hard to keep on top of everything. If you have a family to look after, if you have work things to do, if you're studying, it can be really hard to kind of keep on top of all the news and to keep on top of everything that's happening. But don't you worry, that's why we are here. We're here to keep you informed and also give you an inside look at as to what actually happened with the Plymouth shooting or with whatever we're talking about. And we want you to share your opinions. What do you think about gun control? What do you think about firearms in general? Do you even think they should be legal? Are you confused as to who could possibly own firearms in the UK? Well, these are all things that we're going to be talking to you about within the next couple minutes. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Hello out to everybody listening in. Please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I would appreciate it so much. And if you're listening to us on our social media, make sure that you leave a comment down below or wherever possible and be a part of this conversation, because I can share your comments, your thoughts, your ideas with every other person listening in, which is pretty amazing. All right, let's get into the Plymouth shootings. Who were the victims? Okay, so basically the police have named 5 people who were killed by this individual called Jake Davidson in the Keyham area of Plymouth, and this happened on a Thursday evening, if I'm not mistaken. Thursday evening, that's correct. This happened on Thursday evening, and it was, I don't know, when I heard about it, the minute I heard about it, I was just like, nah, this is not real. This can't be real. This is just some fan fiction that we'd probably see in a movie, but it's very real. The Plymouth shootings happened on Friday, and it lasted about 6 minutes, I think, and the gunman killed 2 women, 2 men. Oh, this breaks my heart so much, and a 3-year-old little baby girl. Okay, so he also shot 2 other people who continue to receive treatment in hospital, and Davison, of course, then turned the gun on himself and took his own life. Of course, the police were called to take drive shortly after all of this happened, and this entire shooting spree lasted for about 6 minutes, and it killed, like I told you, it killed 5 people, and also 2 other people are shot and are receiving treatment in hospital. Now, this again draws us to the question as to whether firearms should even be legal. Should people be able to own firearms? Of course, the last time, I think I also did talk about this earlier on, and the last time we spoke about this, it was very with regards to the US, right? And the shootings that occurred in US, multiple shootings which occurred in US within the span of within a very short period of time. But now it's so sad to hear what's happening here in the UK itself. And oh my goodness, what's insanely sad to me is that the gunman's first victim, okay, the first person that he shot was his own mother, and the mother's name was Maxine Davison, okay? And the 50-year-old, who is also known as Maxine Chapman, was shot and killed inside an address on Biddick Drive, if I'm not mistaken. And I know this can be very sensitive things to talk about, but I definitely want you to be aware of everything that's happening. And that is why I'm telling you this. And I know it can be very tough conversation to take in, especially because this is not something that you would expect in a city like Plymouth. This is not something that you would expect, but this is actually what is happening. And as horrifying and as sad as it is, this is the truth. And that is why I want to share with you the details of what exactly happened at Plymouth. And I think it's also important, these victims, none of them deserved the fate that they went through. And I think it's important that we all remember them, all of the victims of the Plymouth shooting. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about the Plymouth shooting and the victims. And I was telling you how the first victim, or the first person that was shot, was actually the gunman's own mother, and that was the first victim. People say that I actually watched the interview today of Miss Davison's nephew and family, and they say that they cannot process the information that was given to them, that it is not something that they thought was possible at all, but it's something that definitely did happen. Okay, so basically after killing his own mother, Jake Davison, that is the gunman, then went on into the street and shot. I can't even process this, you guys, but he shot dead a 3-year-old baby girl, beautiful baby girl named Sophie Martin, and her father, Lee Martin, who is 43 years old. And people, I don't know, I literally have goosebumps telling you this story because I still can't process it. I still can't comprehend that somebody would do this, kill their own mother, kill a beautiful baby girl, but it's actually what happened. And going on to the rest of the story, I feel like a lot of prayers have been prayed to remember the victims, and prayers have been said at churches in Plymouth as the city mourns the 5 people shot dead on Thursday. And I feel like churches across Devon are using Sunday services to remember their victims. And the reason I want to talk to you about this is also to remind you of these victims, to remind you that these people didn't deserve to lose their lives, but the least that we can do is to remember them, and is to maybe offer up our condolences or prayers if that's something you could possibly do. So yeah, that's what's happening with regards to the Plymouth shootings. I also want to talk about gun control in the UK. It's definitely something that we need to talk about with regards to in light of the recent events. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relaks Radio. I am Jaimmy. This is the Chat Wrap. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up button if you're listening to us on our social media, and make sure that you leave a comment down below. I want to know what you're thinking. What's going on in your head right now? Are you as devastated about this information as I am? What do you think about gun control? What do you think about gun violence? Go ahead and let me know. Right now, though, we're going to head on off into a little break. I will be back shortly. Hello again, and welcome back to the show. I am Jamie, and this is, of course, the Chat Wrap on Relax Radio. A very good morning to you, if it is morning to you. But I know that we do have a lot of people listening in from around the world, and I just want to say I hope you have the most amazing Monday possible. And if you're feeling kind of down, and if you're feeling kind of not up to par today, well, that's okay because we're here to be able to talk to you. We're here to give you, lend you a year basically, and we're here to talk to you about whatever that you need. So go ahead and connect with us by calling us on 07852473473, or you could always just say hi to me on our social media. Okay, that's basically all the social media platforms that you can think of: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. I always, you know what, I need to make a list of all the social media platforms that we are on, because I feel like I keep forgetting half of it. But basically, whatever social media platform you are on, go ahead and type RELAKS, that's Relax Radio, and you can find us, share your thoughts and opinions, and we will gladly share it with everybody else that's listening to us on our app, on our website, and on the plethora of different social media platforms. All right, with that being said, let's get on into the conversation. We've been having such amazing conversation with regards to the Plymouth shooting, and I told you how devastating the situation is, because a gunman actually shot five people, killing five people, and the other two people that were shot are in hospital, taking receiving treatment rather. But the question that I know that a lot of you have in your minds, and a question that I had instantly, or rather the instant I heard this, was David Davison was not okay. Like, apparently there are videos that have surfaced where it shows that he basically is well, not mentally stable, and he has very extreme views with regards to certain things, right? Apparently, Davison was not a qualified person to receive a shotgun license. And apparently, according, I read this article, okay? And the former Commissioner Lord Stevens actually told the Sunday Telegraph that Davison was clearly, and I quote, clearly a dangerous man. And he also added that the videos that Davison made prior to this whole incident should have actually been taken into account when he applied for a shotgun license. And he shouldn't have been given a shotgun license in the first place. And if he didn't have a shotgun license, he wouldn't have access to a shotgun, and we would have saved 5 lives and 2 other people who are suffering desperately in hospital right now. And yeah, basically, the police are obviously apparently investigating why Devon and Cornwall police returned Davison's shotgun and firearm license in July after his shotgun license actually was removed at the end of last year following an allegation of assault in September, but he was given the license back again in July. And the police are actually investigating as to why this shouldn't have happened. You know what? If his firearm license hadn't been there, well, we would have saved 5 beautiful lives, and that to me is what's so upsetting. So let's talk about the rules. Who can own a firearm or a shotgun in the UK? Now, there's obviously been a renewed focus on firearm laws in the UK after these 5 people were killed by a registered gun owner, who is Jake Davison. And also, apparently, people in the UK, at least, according to the most recent figures for England and Wales, there are about 156,000 odd people, but there are about 156,000 odd people certified to hold firearms, and they own about 617,000 weapons. And apparently there are shotgun certificates which cover about 1.4 million shotguns in the UK, okay? Now, who is in charge of the licenses? Which it's a big problem, right? Everybody's saying, look, Pete Davison, who actually shot 5 people last Thursday, he wasn't capable, or he wasn't able to own a shotgun, but he was given a license. Even after it was taken away, he was given a renewed license. So the question that a lot of people have is, who is in charge of licenses in the UK, in England specifically, and apparently gun laws in the UK are actually among the toughest in the world, which is kind of sad to know that even though the gun laws are so tough, a situation like this happened. Okay, but of course people are saying, look, Pete Davidson shouldn't have had a gun license in the first place. So I guess that goes to question the gun laws yet again, and whether or not, it's a known fact that the gun laws in the UK are among the toughest, but is it actually? And if it was, would Pete Davidson, who was the gunman that killed 5 people back last Thursday, would he have even had a certified registered shotgun on himself? So that essentially is the question. I want to know what you're thinking. Do you agree? Do you think that gun laws need to be tightened even more? And do you think the police need to actually investigate as to why Pete Davidson was given the authority or given a registration to own a gun in the first place? These are definitely things that we will be talking about further on. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relaks Radio.
We've seen it, right? If an owner of a large public traded company does something wrong, irrelevant of what that company does or how valuable that company is, the stock generally falls into a pool of nothing, right? Because in a public company where the stock is traded openly on the stock exchange, the value of that stock is driven by supply and demand, it's driven by emotion, it's driven by news, it's driven by